This man went from 0 followers to one of the most explosive affiliates TikTok Shop has ever seen, going from a Division I college football coach making $1,300 a month just barely scraping by to over $200,000 in pure take-home income in just 6 months as an affiliate. But what makes him different isn't just the numbers. His content is so unique that people recognize him from his videos alone. So I flew out across the country to sit down with him and unpack all of it, from how he went to 0 followers to nearly $1 million in GMV to the exact content strategy that turns every product he touches into a viral money printing machine. Welcome, Matt Clark.
Welcome back to the 7-Figure Affiliate Podcast. My name is Sebastian Bedenker. I'm the owner of 7FA, where we help affiliates start and scale with TikTok Shop. Guys, I'm so excited for today's guest, Matt Clark. Pleasure having you on, brother.
Dude, it's great to be here. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Dude, so it's my first time in Austin. It's been an absolute blast being here, and there's so many affiliates here. We're just talking on the podcast with Christian about that as well. So it's a beautiful city, beautiful state.
Oh, I love it.
Absolutely love it, man. But dude, yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and how did you even get into TikTok Shop affiliate in the first place?
So I was a college football coach for 6 years, really 5.5, because I didn't make it to the past season, but played football my whole life, was a college football player, got into coaching. And for those who don't know, like people always see on ESPN, like these coaches signing these huge contracts and stuff. That is like the top of the 1%. Like even in Division I was a Division I coach my whole time. You start out as a graduate assistant, which is basically like still being a player. You're just getting a stipend to live off of, no money. Like it's making like $1,300 a month and like having to go to class and all these things. You're basically a paid intern, and then you kind of work your way up the ranks.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of hours. I mean, in season, like you're gone basically for 5 straight months.
Is that traveling as well?
Traveling, like my craziest travel story, like when I coached at the University of New Mexico, was we played Boise State in 2021. It was a night game too. So kickoff was like 8 o'clock, game wraps up at 11. You're finally getting on the plane at like, I don't know, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then got a 2.5-hour flight back to Albuquerque. Then I have to go into the facility, make sure like all the film stuff is uploaded and like all these things. And then I lived like 20 minutes away from the facility. So drove home. It's like 4:30 in the morning by the time I'm getting home.
Holy man.
And of course, because I'm the one who like was in that kind of internship role, waking up at 7, back to the building, like just no time. And it was one of those things, like I love the game, but there were just like some stuff that I was like, there's so many other ways to make money. And
that brought you into TikTok Shop?
That brought me into TikTok Shop. I was literally sitting at my office and I'd pulled up TikTok, was doom scrolling, and then came across a video from a car dealership in, I think, Jersey. They sell exotic cars, and they were talking about how the 17-year-old was going to come in and buy a G-Wagon straight cash.
Was that Patrick?
I think so. Yeah. And
Patrick, dude.
and they were like, the guys on the video were like, how does he make all this money? Like whatever. And the owner's like, no, it's all legit. I've seen the bank statements. He's making like $70K a month from TikTok Shop. Wow. And I was like, it like almost didn't compute at first. I was like, $70K? I was like, and he's 17. I was like, I'm 28 years old and like I'm making $3K a month and having to work probably 4 times the amount of hours than just filming. So started looking into it. It was like, oh, you have to get 5,000 followers. I was like, cool. And then it was like, so let me start posting.
Yeah.
I literally had less than 100 followers when I started posting and like worked my way up and got, into affiliate and got into the pilot program, started posting and, I wouldn't say very quickly, but I started to make sales. And as well, shout out to Intake Breathing, Bo Maples, specifically Intake Breathing. He's the one that manages their TikTok Shop side of things. He's their partner manager.
It's a really good brand.
He turns out he lived like 20 minutes away from me in Florida. And so we got connected through one of my wife's friends. And he started showing me, because I already had intake. I've been using it for like 5 months.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, this is how you can post. I was posting on Instagram, posting on TikTok Shop. And then I had one of those leveling up videos just blow up. It went like, 3 or 4 million views.
Wow.
And so from that, intake then offered me my first ever retainer deal. And so now I had this taste of like, okay, this is kind of the process of like how you do it. And then from that, by the end of the summer, I think I had made like $2,500 in a single month off of social media.
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, that's insane. Like I've never, like, just from using my phone.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm not even like really doing it. Like I'm just kind of dipping my toe in right now, and I'm almost making what I'm already making at my job.
Insane.
And so we had, summer was there. Summer in college football is very relaxed for coaches on the most part, And so we go on our vacation. My wife and I, our anniversary is on July 1st. So we took a trip out of the country, went to the Dominican Republic. And on the flight back, we met some people that worked kind of in the online space, e-com and things like that. And I mean, these people were making a ton of money and they're very successful. And they were kind of showing me what they do with content. And I was like, oh, and I was learning some content tips from these people. And I was like, huh. And so on the flight back home, I was like, I looked at my wife and I was like, hey, I think I want to quit my job and just do this full time. Like, what do you think? Kind of looking for her to like be like that, like talk me out of this.
Oh, really?
In a way. And then she just like looked at me and was like, yeah, I trust you. I was like, oh, okay. My account, the Vital Cart, was like ready to go, full affiliate like that week. I started making some posts, started getting some sales. I remember I'm sitting in an O staff meeting and I'm just like, man, I just want to be filming content right now. I don't like...
It's like once you get a taste of that.
I don't want to be here. And also like intake had already kind of offered me a job that was like not set in stone, but I was going to start like in September if I did decide to like take it. It was going to be a full-time position. It was going to be like double what my salary was. So already I'm like, well, I can go do that and probably still have more time to make content. And so I was like, so I straight up like went in, drafted up my resignation, handed it to our head coach, and he's a cool guy. Like Coach Jasper, Mike Jasper, played in the league for a couple of years, actually a pretty long time. I think like 8 years. And he was like, he looked at me, he's like, I knew it was only a matter of time before I lost you. Like,
wow.
Because he just saw the success coming.
Yeah.
And he and I talk every single day. Like, he's been super supportive of this. And he's like, man, it's just amazing to see what you're doing with, social media, personal brand.
Yeah.
Just started getting into day trading now, which is an even more wild space. But that wouldn't have been really an opportunity or like risks that I could have taken if I hadn't decided to just go all in. But what makes it crazier too is like, I quit my job on July 11th.
Yeah.
And my wife, she's a online nutrition coach. She owns her own company now, but at the time she was working for a different company. And she got let go by them for, we'll say, political reasons.
I remember that.
It was a very messy situation for those that are watching.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I remember talking about that on the phone.
Then it was like, oh man, we
really got to figure it out.
We have no guaranteed income now. And for me, that was like, okay, backs against the wall, boats are burned, forward's the only way.
Yeah.
And so just started posting. And I remember, so in our group Desta Dollars with Christian, we had Hunter Favela on. Hunter, crushes it with Cutler, with a lot of things. He does a lot of like talking head style, but he was like the OG of like talking head volume, like putting out 30 videos a day, every single day. And he'd be like, I wake up, I record and post 10 videos, little break, middle of the day record and post 10 videos, end of the day record and post 10 videos, make sure I have my 30 videos across my 2 accounts. And I was asking him, because at the time, I'm filming all these things on my camera and it's taking forever to edit. And I was like, Hunter, how do you get this volume? Because I knew I needed the reps.
Of course.
And he was like, oh, I just film everything in TikTok.
Oh,
I was like, and I don't know why, I'd never thought of that.
Yeah.
But it just went.
Were you filming with an actual camera or just the iPhone camera?
Just the iPhone camera,
Okay.
but just I was doing the thing where it was iPhone camera, one long take, multiple retakes in there, then having to go through on CapCut and edit it.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, if you have CapCut for desktop, use it for your editing.
Yes.
It's so much better.
Yes. Please edit on your laptops.
Please edit
desktops.
on your laptops.
So much faster.
Do not edit on your phones. Free tip. And,
Free sauce.
But and so it was to get 5 videos posted in a day was taking me 7 hours or something. It was over an hour per video to film.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're new to content, you don't know how to film and stuff like that, or you're still learning scripts and how to talk. Now I could probably go in, you give me a new product, I've got winning scripts that I can be oh, I'm going to take a piece of that and I'm going to take a piece of this. I'm going to put it together and I already know what my CTA is. And now I just got to come up with a hook for this. What does the product do? How can I make it visual? And then I'll be able to knock out a video and edit it probably in 20 or 30 minutes on a brand new product.
Yeah. That's the beauty of doing it for a while. You can pull from all these different things. So what's actually been some of your success with TikTok Shop? Because I know, dude, you got into this and pretty much right off the gate, you came like a bat out of hell.
So that's the thing though, is it didn't see really any success for 5 weeks. People were oh, you started seeing huge success in 5 weeks. Yeah, after 950 plus videos posted in those 5 weeks. So I was posting 30 to 40 videos a day. And it was because of what Hunter taught me about just filming TikTok, and basically run the same script over and you'll start to get really good at the words and all you got to do is trim the ends down and just make sure everything. And it was we got off that call and I filmed 14 videos in an hour.
That's insane.
On the Be Body Wise hair roller.
Yeah.
And one of them's now it's still one of their highest converting videos. It's got probably, I think, 5 million views now.
Nice.
And it's just been ripping since it got picked up late too. It got picked up I filmed it in August and it started converting in October. And just every single day I'll have 10 to 20 sales of the hair roller from one video.
From months ago.
That's
insane. Dude.
Yeah.
So what's been your total amount of sales? And you've only been doing this for how long?
I've been doing this. I just did it. I just went over the 6-month mark. So January was my 6th month full time. And I've done over 900,000 in GMV, very close to that million mark.
Wow.
Should be hitting that by the end of
this month, probably.
This month. And I'll say this much to myself as well, because I am in bodybuilding prep right now, and the brain fog's been for those who don't know, I don't always look this lean. And I will say I haven't been posting as much, and of course my sales and commissions are reflecting that. And so I kind of I sat down with myself a couple days ago and I was okay, you have all these retainers that need to get done and you have 2 weeks to do it before you leave for Ohio. So do it. Yep. Basically was the talk that I had with myself. And so you're going to start seeing a whole lot more posting. I've already got 5 or 6 that are sitting in the editor right now that will go live today.
Yeah. It takes a lot, dude, being in bodybuilding prep and still working. It's a lot. So out of that 900,000 in GMV, if you're comfortable sharing, what of that is profit? And you can include brand deals as well and everything, the bonuses.
Okay, so I remember my 1099 that came in.
Fuck taxes.
Which this was wild because I didn't think it was going to be that much, but just from 2025, not January included, and this is just the commissions payouts, no brand deals or bonuses included, 136,000.
Wow.
In take home just off TikTok Shop. Then actually probably more 120,000. Basically double bonuses, retainers, I do a lot of retainer work. Like this month, like last month I did about close to 30,000 in retainers. And then this month I lowered the amount. I didn't take as many.
Yeah. That makes sense.
One of the things that Tim told me, he was like, you need to learn how to tell people no. He's like, because you're working yourself to death trying to do all these retainers. He's like, and it's just kind of saturating your, content and like quality. He's like, just, if people don't want to pay, something, or you don't really want to work with somebody, don't do it. He's like, there will be another check that comes from somewhere else. So I started saying no to people, and I think this month I have like 18,000 right now in retainers. I did just negotiate another deal last night over email, so maybe about 20,000 now.
Nice. So like over 200,000 in 6 months in take home income, which is absolutely insane, man.
Yeah.
And so I always like to ask, like, what has TikTok Shop actually been able to do for you?
Dude, well, the first thing it's been able to do for me is like rid me of any stress, really, like financial stress.
Yeah.
Like, and part of that too was like I gaslit myself into that, because I'm a big believer in mindset, and you have to create the reality you want to live in, and it starts in your subconscious. And so when I was dead broke and didn't have guaranteed income and wasn't making sales, I literally told myself and acted like I was the person making 50,000 a month.
It's huge.
And so I stopped looking at gas prices. I stopped looking at grocery prices. I just got what I wanted. And naturally your subconscious is like, okay, I'm this person, but the reality isn't lining up with this person.
It hasn't caught up yet.
So all of a sudden, now you're finding it becomes tuned into where are the opportunities to get me to this ideal state. And I think just everything just fell into place that way, through that mindset shift. And you work different too when you're like in that headspace, because it's like, again, I just say you're gaslighting yourself into success, like, positive gaslighting.
I fully agree with that, man.
But, freedom in finances, not, having a boss, really. Being able to operate on your own time freedom. That was like the biggest thing for me, because having worked in an industry where you don't get time freedom, and I didn't like not seeing my wife for 5-6 months out of the year. Like, it's very tough. And then because I'm very passionate about bodybuilding and I'm chasing a pro card, like getting that time back allows me to put it into those other passions that I have in my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm very thankful for TikTok Shop and the ability to learn how to become a creator and use it to basically begin to set myself up to be the turning point for my family.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
I love how much it's been able to impact not just your life, but literally so many people that get into this. It changes their life in so many ways. So it's truly, like I always say, like the best job we could ever have,
Oh yeah.
And I want to touch on too, like I want to start touching a little bit on like strategy, because obviously, dude, you're a killer. Like I said, dude, you came into this, and I actually didn't know that you had posted so many videos before you saw success. I thought you just came out of nowhere, started banging. That's what a lot of people don't see. They don't see like the nights where, maybe you were overthinking, or like the reps that they just don't see everything. Right. So I want to talk about strategy, man. Like when it comes to your ideation, your video creating process, what does that look like? How do you make a banger video?
So a lot of what I do is I don't try to reinvent the wheel a lot of the time. And you'll hear everyone talk about this, copy. Like if it's working, it's probably going to work again.
Yeah.
So started out with the daily virals.
I see those ads all the time on my feed.
Now I'm on to Trend Hack, which is
Haven't heard of it.
Very similar. Honestly, I feel like it's a better platform, because it kind of combines the daily virals with Callow data, and like it's honestly for new creators too. It's at a much lower price point as well to use. Instead of being like $55 a month or whatever, it's like $30. And they're rolling out an app pretty soon as well. So it's like you can use it on your computer, use it on your phone, but still the basic idea of being able to search products, see the viral videos for those products, see the winning angles.
Yeah.
And then kind of something that I'm just starting to get into. So like this is new formulation. So this is groundbreaking for everybody. And it's something that like deals with Matt Collett do, where they go look at the proven winning hooks. And then I call them like Frankenstein videos, where it's like piecing together the next line from various videos.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about like taking viral styles from other videos and applying it to a new
styles
product?
And well, not just that, but like I'm saying like it with the same product, taking you have a bunch of different videos that have worked.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And taking all the best elements of each of those videos and moving them into one video.
Yeah.
And that's where you see those 30 million view bangers that convert at an insane rate. And like they're making take home like 30K off of a single video.
Yeah.
And so I've started looking into that and like using AI as well to transcribe videos. So that way I can see their scripts and I can start pulling lines here and there. It's a whole process. And, but it starts there with the script formulation. Obviously, like having a good product, helps as well. But you can do this with any product too, as long as you find a similar style product, like what you're talking about. From there, like really, really locking in for me on what's the hook of this video going to be?
It's the most
How
important
am I
part.
going to get someone to stop that endless, mindless doom scroll and go, what's that? And I don't necessarily want them to be like, what's that in the sense of like a product, but like, what's that in the sense of, oh, am I about to be entertained by this video? Because at the end of the day, TikTok is still an entertainment platform. It's just, there's the ability to shop off of it as well. So if you can entertain someone extremely well and get them to buy it at the end, like that's what I think is like a really like that's how my goalie videos blew up.
And you guys should all look at Matt's page. Like he's got some of the most hilarious videos. Sometimes he's in his trunks. I'm like, what is even going on here? Or he pulls a banana out of his ass. I'm like, holy shit, So like you've absolutely nailed those first 3 seconds.
So what's actually really funny about that, this actually happened yesterday, and I called Christian yesterday too to tell him about this because this is like coolest experience I've ever had in my life to date with TikTok. And before I was in the airport and someone came up to me with one of my videos pulled up for goalie, and we were like, they were like, this just came up. And like, it was like my wife and I were like sitting at a restaurant in the airport, like waiting. Our flight had been super delayed or whatever. And I'm sitting there and I was actually filming goalie videos like at the restaurant, like messing around with like my food and whatnot. And that's because the person saw it, they just saw the video, like had just scrolled, like watched it. And so they came up and were like, is this you? I was like, yeah. So
which video was it? Was it a funny one or?
It was like, I call it the butt board. It's the one where I like pull the cutting board out of my ass and like, start cutting the banana all weird. Also that video like there was like a spike in rainbow knife sales after that because all the affiliates started. I think like a couple Amazon stores like sold out of rainbow knives. Like kitchen knives.
And that's not, like for context, that's not even the product he was promoting.
No,
I
honestly was trying to find one.
I was about to say, imagine if you promoted that.
I was trying to find one on the shop to promote because like I actually had a couple knife brands like reach out to me and like they did send me some cool knives to promote. And so I did. I think I actually made a couple of sales with them too. They were just like these like big Japanese like crazy kitchen knives. But no, literally yesterday in traffic, I'm at a red light. And so one of the things that TikTok's been able to do for me is I bought a Maserati for car because I wanted to treat myself something nice. Yes, I'm financing it. Did not buy it cash. It's an SUV and all red interior, black exterior, red calipers, all of that stuff. I'm actually getting it wrapped when I go to Ohio. It's going to be pretty cool.
Nice.
Make a video on it. But so I'm sitting there. I had my windows down, listening to music. This guy like pulls up next to me, like rolls his window down, and he's like get my attention. So I turned my music down, look over. I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Man, that's a sweet ride." Like all this, like I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, man." He's like, "Is it fast?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fast."
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, "You don't mind me asking, like, what do you do?" I was like, "Bro, I do a TikTok shop." And then all of a sudden, like something like clicked in his mind.
Did he recognize you?
He was like, "Wait a minute, you do the gummy vitamins?" I was
Dude.
like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He goes, "You're the dude that cut the watermelon and then like had the." I was like, "Yeah, that was me."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's like the funniest ad I've ever seen in my life."
It's
Like
crazy.
it was, yeah. I was like, "Dang, in traffic."
Yeah.
Nonetheless, like on my way to the gym.
Dude, it's a different feeling. Like getting recognized for being like a personal brand influencer, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But when your ads become so fucking viral that people are like, wait, this is the guy that does commercials. Like
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
They're like, well, he like asked me too, like in traffic, he's like, "They tell you to do that or did you come up with that yourself?" I was like, "That's all me, bro."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's good stuff." He's like,
Fire.
"Keep that up."
Yeah. Amazing, man. So we talked about like your ideation process when it comes to videos. So I actually want to talk a little bit about product selection because you've obviously not only seen success with just like goalie, which that's been your main seller, right?
No.
It hasn't?
No.
Really? What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like you've had success with so many different products and I assumed it was goalie. So how do you actually go about choosing your products?
I think like you have to understand what your strengths are as a creator and as a person. And so mine is fitness and like health. And so I've been verticalized as a health creator. I also sell a bunch of other things too. So I don't know how strict that verticalization really is in things. But and I honestly, I'm under the opinion that if you're a good content creator, like look at Skateboard, look at Lush, they sell everything.
You'll pop with anything.
Emily May can sell anything. Like, and so if you're a good creator, you can pop with anything. And so, but like use whatever your unfair advantage is to your advantage.
Yeah.
Like it'd be silly of me to have spent all this time, have the physique I have, and not use it to sell products, or be like, or like if I was just like trying to sell kitchen stuff, or like Shark and Ninja. I've had no success with those products, which is why I don't touch them. Because one, I don't want to set up all those camera angles to make the highest quality video like that. Because for me, at the end of the day, I know more about supplements. I know more about fitness. I know more about workout equipment. And so that's the other thing is like, if you know something or have a passion for something, like Mark G was talking about this. He was like, yeah, you guys, he was like talking about like selling products that you have a passion for. And like some of his top selling stuff is like outdoor stuff. And like people don't realize, but like he's like big into hunting. And so it's like hunting blinds and like archery related things. And I had no idea even. And so I think that's like the biggest thing when it comes to like your product selection is like, what are the products that almost highlight you? Yeah. In a way. Don't look at how you can look at how you can highlight the product. Look at how the product can highlight you, because that's ultimately the way the consumer is looking at the product is how is this product going to help me? Yeah. You know, and then if you can build really good pain points and then offer that as a solution, but like highlight how it's benefiting you. Like the most recent goalie video I posted was like before and after style video and plugging in how using goalie gets you these results. Yeah. And or same thing with like L-carnitine, like colors. So that's actually one of my biggest ones. It's still
that makes sense. I have seen you crush with that.
Yeah, so that was the first one that I really went viral with was color carnitine, posing trunks, walking through my house, you know, using like, you know, qualified standpoint in that hook of like as a nationally qualified classic physique bodybuilder, setting the phone down.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually recreating that video with a couple different products now using that. And then like, so carnitine was one of the big ones. And then those chest trainers. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm starting to remember all these different products. Unfortunately for me, the chest trainer link that I sold it out like 3 times. I'm talking with like 12,000 units in stock each time. Insane. Like, I made that shop probably is about 300,000. So like a third of my GMV. Yeah. Cutler's probably another like Really, it's like my GMV basically comes from the one chest trainer link, Cutler, and goalie.
Gotcha.
That's probably about like 800,000 out of the
Yeah.
950 or whatever that I
Yeah.
make.
Yeah, dude.
And so it's just like, again, the chest trainer using my physique to my advantage. Like you can see the muscle being like worked and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, just throwing in like little comment bait and stuff like that. Like I talk about like, hitting down low and then hitting in the middle for your medium chest. And people are like, medium chest? What? There is no such thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just using that to like start fights in
Yeah.
the comments. And that's like it was almost like it was a cheat code in September. It was like every single video that I did, I would do a comment reply.
Yeah.
And I would be like kind of talking shit to the person. And because that was the other thing, people were like, just do diamond push-ups. And I guess I've started like a campaign of like how diamond push-ups are the worst possible thing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And why you need the chest trainer instead. And
Yeah.
so, but it was like every single video was like million views, 800,000 views, million views. And it just kept like, I mean, when you have that many videos getting that many views and converting, because they'd only be about 20 to 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be like, look, it's less than whatever, like just say a number, like no true price tag with free shipping. And I'll put it right there. You're welcome. And like, just kind of like that, like authoritative, like you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of letting people know like, this is going to work for you.
Yeah.
I don't care whether you buy it or not, but like, I'm showing you where it is. You're welcome. And then I like walk off screen.
Yeah.
And when I started doing that on the videos, I mean, the conversions were just going crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like selling literally like 1,000 of them a day.
Fire, dude.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And
I think that's like the biggest thing, bro. Exactly like you said, it's the unicorn, which take advantage of your unique advantage. It's like you said, why would you do all this work in building up a skill or a hobby that you know you're an expert at, you know nobody else can copy or replicate? Why the fuck would you not use that to your advantage?
It's silly. Like I think like what's her name? Anna Marie, the skincare.
Yeah, me and Christian were just talking about it.
Yeah, like she crushes with that, and she's got great skin, so
absolutely
uses it to her advantage. Like Christian's got super white teeth. He's popped off with like 4 different whitening products.
Yeah, everything he pushes with that goes crazy, man. So I want to ask now. So what would you say is a mistake that you made for a long time that you would recommend new affiliates to avoid?
Okay, so a mistake that I made for a long time was trying too hard to push the like ultra viral products early on. Because when you're trying to go after these massive ad spend brands like Goalie, Dr. Malax, and all these people like that, you're in there with the whales. Mm-hmm. Like you're in there with, Anna Marie, you're in there with Christian, now I guess myself, which is weird to even say. You're in there with the skateboards, you're in there with Lush. And so it's like, you as a new creator, is your video quality going to be on their level? Is your copyright ability going to be on the same level as these people? No, it's not. So practice with small brands. Get good at selling a lot of different things for a lot of small brands. That's how guy in our group, Jake, who's one of the coaches now in the group, he did like 800,000 in GMV across 2 accounts. Like each account hit 400,000, and he sells like over 300 different products all the time.
Just from all these like smaller little brands.
And it's just him going out, going through sample requests, being like, yeah, this could be a good one. Like he only accepts things from like gold or silver star sellers. That way, it's a reputable seller, and he'll go out and make 2 or 3 videos on the product that are all different. And then his thing was like, if I got a sale on it, I was going to repeat the video the next day and make it a little bit better. Yeah. And I think that's the other thing too, is like, learn how to get better. Like it's very vague to say it that way, but like, if you're not constantly trying to improve each time you post a video, then you're not going to improve. Like you're just staying in the same place. So like start with small products and just learn how to continually post better, and research how to go viral, like research what makes a good hook, research editing styles, research ways to improve your editing process. Like all these things early on, the quicker you can get a grasp of it and get a hold of it, the more success you're going to have.
Yeah. It's so important, dude. Absolutely. What does the future look like for you, man? Like in 5 years, what would success look like for Matt Clark?
I'm actually following Christian's footsteps, and
You want to create your own brand?
I will be launching a product in my own brand. I'm not telling you guys what it is yet, but it's something in the health space. Surprise.
I wonder why.
Surprise, because you need to be able to sell it yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm creating a brand, creating a product. It's very similar to stuff that is trending extremely hard, but it's just a very subtle twist.
Okay.
It hits a different spot in that niche.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did the market research and everything, yes, there are other people doing this, but nobody's doing it well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to come in and be that bang.
Yeah.
This is how we're doing it. We're going to build the affiliate army. Obviously, like, I'm in product research and development right now, getting samples, manufacturers locked down, all those things. That's kind of my new baby this year, as well as just like continuing, obviously, to scale my shop. I keep going through these like emerald, ruby. Like, I'm missing like the consistency right now.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like getting consistently always emerald, sapphire, diamond. Like, that's kind of where I see myself going in 5 years, but it's building the brand. Maybe in 5 years I might have exited it already.
Yeah.
Might not have, just depends on where I see it going.
Yeah.
But and I think this year too as well, with bodybuilding, with fitness, one of my priorities this year is to increase my Instagram following as well. Classic M Clark.
Go
And
follow.
really building out more of my personal brand, because that's one of the most powerful things you can have today, is a very strong personal brand, not just from selling products, but just you being the product.
Yep.
Brings so many opportunities. So that's kind of the 5-year look.
I love that, man. Dude, I can't wait to see what you're cooking up. I really want to know, so hopefully we can talk off air, but I'm excited for you. I know you're going to crush with that, because your skills as a content marketer, I mean, that's like the main thing you need. And then obviously, like me and Christian were talking, the operator side.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to crush with that. And exactly like you said, building a brand is so important. So many doors can open up for you, so many opportunities. It's exactly how I found out about you.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you just did TikTok shop videos, I probably wouldn't have asked you to be on this podcast, but since I saw your personal brand videos as well, it's like, obviously that's another reason why. But yeah, man, so I kind of like rephrase this question for Christian. So I think I want to start doing it like this. But last question for you, my man. If you and I were to both die tomorrow, what is the biggest lesson that you would leave the viewer with?
Never get too big for yourself. Just remember always like where you started, because I find the fun in this in the process, not the result. The result's obviously nice, but like really get lost in the process, but like don't lose yourself either, because you'll see a lot of people will gain success. And like, this is one of the things that like truly scares me. Like, I was talking with one of my buddies on FaceTime, and he's like, man, like, because he and I, we're big dreamers, and we know that we're going to make these things happen.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, man, the only thing I want out of all this at the end of the day, like when we become billionaires, is like to not lose ourselves, like to not become a selfish asshole, like to continue to give generously to other people, to truly like be the people that almost people want to hate, because like they're not doing anything wrong, because you give them nothing to hate. That's why they hate you. And so that's what I would leave everyone with, was just have gratitude, live a life of gratitude, and never be too big for yourself.
I love that so much, man. I think that's amazing advice. And yeah, it's like you said, like getting to your goals and the materialistic stuff, and maybe the house, a car, all that stuff feels great. Like, I'm sure when you got your Maserati, it's like, holy fuck,
Oh, it was
like
great.
The work is like, it's literally here. This is all my work. But I think what's even cooler is the actual journey, the process.
Yeah.
And like, it sucks when you're in the trenches, bro. And like when like, you're like, fuck, is this going to work? Am I going to be able to like do this next month? Am I going to be able to make payroll? Whatever. I've had those thoughts. And then I really feel like looking back, that's what makes it worth it.
It is.
It truly is. And it's like, dude, if I got through that, I can get through fucking anything. So I love the way you worded that, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, Matt. Everybody go check him out on socials. And if you're a TikTok shop affiliate looking to get started or scale, click that top link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.